Hello everybody, this is Kysen here and welcome to my first video of my 1K playlist. That's my 1000 subscribers special playlist that I'm putting together for you guys. Now today we're doing the Q&A and I want to get into that quickly because I actually spent about an hour and 15 minutes just answering the questions. You guys asked me a ton of questions and I tried to answer them all. So it's quite a long video. Keep me posted along the way of what you think of it, if you enjoy it, if you're surprised by some answers, that kind of thing. I would love to know. I hope you guys enjoy it, so without any further ado, we're going to jump into that. Just to say, what I've done is in the background, I'm just playing some random Bed Wars, and I thought that'd be good to have the questions on screen and answer the questions, but give you guys something to watch at the same time, so it's just me playing Bed Wars. I recorded that for about an hour or so, and I will put that video up on my channel as well, and it'll basically just be me playing Bed Wars and rambling, but hopefully you guys like that. Anyway, let's jump into those questions. Okay guys, so our first question today is from Archie Owen Wilson, who says, cats or dogs, face reveal. The first part of that is very easy, it's cats. Not that I don't like dogs, I do. I like just about all animals apart from spiders, which I'm just terribly afraid of, which isn't great living in Australia, but there we go. And the face reveal bit, now that's a bit more difficult. A lot of people have asked me about this, and I have explained before, but it seems to be a popular question, and I know it's something you guys want. The thing is, with doing a face reveal, I'm just not at the stage where I want to do that just yet. I'm still obviously quite a small channel, and what I do is really as a hobby, and it's very different to my professional life where I'm in business and I'm a director of a couple of companies, and it just doesn't really go in line with what I do here. It's a completely different world. So it's not something I'm saying I'll never do, but I think the minimum I would consider it would probably be about 10k, 10,000 subscribers that is, and even then I'd have to think about it. I would like to get to a stage in the future where I do that and maybe start doing, vlogs and things, get more into like business videos and like, I guess coaching videos, that kind of thing. It's all stuff I would consider in the future, but for now I'm just happy doing a gaming channel, and I figure, I know people would like to see my face, but it's not really going to add too much to my channel right now. So that's why I haven't done it at this stage, mainly because my career it's in a delicate stage as well. It's very important to me, obviously, because that's how I make my money and how I live and eat and pay bills and all that stuff. So yeah, it is something that will probably happen one day, guys, but just not yet. Second question, what is your favourite colour? My favourite colour is probably black. I know it's a bit boring, but I just like things that are black. I think they look stylish and modern. I wear a lot of black t-shirts and things. Yeah, I quite like the colour. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, black isn't a colour, it's a shade. I've heard that argument many times. So if you fall into that category, then my favourite colour, I guess, would be red. I quite like red. My favourite football team is Manchester United, so maybe that has something to do with it, because they play in red, for those who don't know or didn't figure that out. But yeah, red's pretty cool. It's like a fun colour, right? It's like a colour of like romance and power and energy, and I don't know, I like it. It's a very vibrant sort of colour. And that one, sorry, it was from K-Cuff J. Got to try and remember to read the names as well. Okay, so next one is from Jawa Plays, who says, how many series are you planning to do in the future? It's quite a tough question to answer, because obviously I don't know all of the games that are going to be coming out in the future, for a start. I would like to expand out and do more than just Minecraft, but it seems that you guys don't really respond as well to those series. For example, I've done Tropico and I've done Airline Tycoon, and they got like a few views, like a dozen, or like maybe a few dozen views per episode, something like that. But really it was just like a few die-hard fans compared to my Minecraft videos, which get like hundreds of views every time. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things. I would like to do more, but it really depends on what games come out and what interest there is on my channel. At the end of the day as well, it's the time. So how many exactly I can't say, but I would like to think that there will be lots of diversity in the future, and I want to keep doing this for as long as I can, so hopefully we'll have lots more series in the future. Jelly Green Jack says, have you ever beat the Ender Dragon in fully survival world? It could have been with friends. Yes, I have multiple times. I've done it in single player worlds before the one you see in my Let's Play series. I've also done it in my Let's Play series, but this was before I ever did YouTube. So it was in the world of my Let's Play series, but not actually on camera. We've also done it for in Pitforge, when I was part of that Pitforge crew. For those who don't know, that was like a YouTuber server that I did about this time last year. I started that and did that for a few months. So we completed it then, and I've also done it with Kysen Craft in survival mode once, and I think I was in creative mode for the other time. So yes, I have done it a few times. Flu says, who showed you YouTube? That'd be my brother, who many of you will know as Dusty Lamps. he introduced me to YouTube and also to Etho, who is quite pivotal and will come up in a later question. Some of you will probably already guess why. But yeah, it was him that showed me YouTube and got me into watching videos, and particularly Minecraft videos in the first place. Rival Intro says, how you edits. The way I edit, I use a program called ScreenFlow. You have to pay for it. I think when I bought it, it was like $100, but I think there's a new version now that may be more than that. I'm not sure. I still use the original version because it suits all my needs for editing my videos. I think you can get free software for Mac. I know you can for PC. I guess it's just a case of Googling it, guys, and seeing which one you think works best for you. I by no means think you have to spend that kind of money on doing it. I just wanted something that's quite simple, and also I thought that it would probably be better to spend a bit of money on some things to start my channel up and try and have it as good as I could for you guys straight from the off. Ekrin OzDGN says, do you have any pets? No, I don't, but where I work, so we've got like a family business, and I work from the family home. We run our company from home at the moment. We are probably getting offices later this year, but anyway, I digress. At that home, there are 2 cats. So they're not exactly my pets, but I do see them just about every day because I work every day. And that is Stanley and Bella, a guy and a girl cat. And they're very cool, and I like cats, as you have learnt in, I believe it was the first question. Anton Brutsky says, did you have an older YouTube channel before this one? No, I didn't. This was my first ever channel. I've probably had some old accounts or something in the past that I used to watch YouTube videos on, but certainly I never did any uploading on any channels besides the one that you guys are on right now. Projectless101984. Do you play Xbox One Minecraft? You should. No, I don't, is the short answer to that. I have in the past. I've tried it out. I didn't really like it. I think that you can do more on a PC than you can on the console version. I believe that's true. I could be wrong on that, but it just seems, it's my perception of it, that the PC version is kind of the full version, and on any console it seems to be a bit watered down. But even besides that, when I did play it on Xbox, I played for a couple of hours one time just to try it out. It really, I don't know, I found it quite difficult. I guess I'm just used to the PC with the mouse and the keyboard and that sort of thing. It's how I've always known Minecraft. And it just seems a lot easier and a lot better that way than doing it on a console. So yeah, I don't. Basically, I don't play on Xbox. Jubsy says, do you have any other hobbies than gaming? Yes, I do. I'm quite big on soccer, which I call football because I'm English. I'm a big Manchester United fan. We haven't had the best season, though, or seasons, I should say. For those of you that follow the EPL, you will know what I mean by that. But I like to watch soccer most of the time. Getting a bit bored of that lately, actually. Not watching it so much. I think living in Australia as well, it is more difficult. When I lived in England, I could watch the games anywhere between about 12 noon and sort of 8 PM at night. Whereas here, all of the games are on at like 10 PM is like the earliest one, and then they go into like 2 AM, 3 AM, 4 AM, all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit late to be watching football, particularly when you work as much as what I do. I also play soccer. I used to play for a team as a goalkeeper. This season I'm not, because I'm doing a lot of travelling later on this year, so it's just not really going to work out. But I enjoy play. I still play socially with some friends, and that's one of my big hobbies besides gaming. I used to play a bit of poker. This was like years ago now. I still play every now and again, but not very much. And I only play for fun, not for money. I just kind of enjoyed the game. I think I enjoyed games in general, really. Card games, board games. Chess, Monopoly, Ludo, all the classic ones, backgammon, that sort of thing. And I guess, that's still kind of gaming, but it's a bit different to electronic gaming, obviously. So, poker and other card games are just kind of variations of that. But I don't like to gamble for money. So I think that's pretty much all of my hobbies. I do also play the piano. I wouldn't say it's a hobby as such, because I think a hobby is something you have to do at least once a week, right? Otherwise it's not really a hobby. Whereas with the piano it's very sporadic. I just play kind of when I feel like it. But yeah, so I guess those are my other hobbies. Matt P13, have you ever thought about playing other games? If so, which? And have you ever considered playing on Xbox One? I do play a lot of other games. As far as actually recording them, as I said, I have done Tropico and Airline Tycoon. They weren't hugely popular. Tropico 6 is coming out later this year. I would like to do that one. If I can get a better gaming setup, I can get into the early release of some of the new games that come out, and then I think I could put a lot more on my channel that way. It's just, I guess, my situation at the moment. I'm kind of stuck with the computer I have. As I said, I am travelling a lot this year, so finances are pretty tight in terms of like spending money on gaming equipment, unfortunately. But who knows? In the next maybe year or so, hopefully I can get some more funds together and upgrade my equipment for you guys and also for myself. Don't get me wrong, I'd very much like to do that. And yes, I do play on Xbox One. I kind of answered that one already. D Tom says, "Can you do a house tour?" I'd consider it, I guess, if enough people were interested. Although I think it wouldn't be so much as a house tour as maybe a setup tour. And maybe once I've got a gaming setup, because right now I've got like a laptop, a dual monitor. Obviously my mouse and headphones, all that kind of basic stuff, but nothing too exciting to really show you guys. I'm hoping to save up and get a new microphone soon. For those of you that follow my Patreon, you'll know that that's my next goal, is to save up and get a microphone. At the moment, most of my money goes on like the server and stuff, and the giveaways that I'm doing as part of this playlist. I spent quite a bit of money on those. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm very happy to be at 1,000. I'm glad to be able to give you guys a chance to win some prizes, so that's cool. But yeah, maybe when I can save a bit of money and then get a better setup, I could show you guys what's going on then. So I guess that will be, we'll put that one on the maybe list. Shadow Per the Dark Angel, do you have any pets, and which consoles do you have? So pets, I've answered. Consoles, Xbox One. I still have my PlayStation 1, which was my first big console in terms of like a console that connects to the TV or something. Like I had the Game Boy Black and White way back in the day. And before that I used to play on arcade games. Before you could have like personal gaming equipment, you had to go to the arcade, right? So I used to play, Space Invaders, Pac-Man, pinball machines, and I was pretty good at all of those actually back in the day. So I've kind of been a gamer like since I was like old enough to game, like so my entire life. So what ones have I listed now? I also have the Wii, and Nintendo Wii. I don't use that very often though, actually. So I guess those are my main ones. I did used to have a PlayStation 2 as well, but when I moved to Australia, I sold that, which I kind of regret. But in the future, I'd love to have like a real awesome gaming setup in my house somewhere. But at the moment, I'm living in a rented place, and if I could one day get a place of my own, I'd love to have a gaming setup with every console that exists and get some VR stuff and just basically blow the budget on gaming stuff. So we'll see. That might expand in the future. Okay, Cookie Galola, 2006. Do you ever think of what you'd be doing if YouTube never existed? It's a very good question, actually, because I certainly spend a lot of my free time doing this. If YouTube never existed, I think I would still be gaming, and maybe I would do it, on Twitch or something like that. But if we assume that none of those platforms existed, so you couldn't make videos and upload them somewhere, that wasn't a thing, then I'd probably just be gaming for fun. And maybe trying to build up a bit of an online gaming community like I've done through Kysen in other ways, but just communicating through the server and communicating through things like Discord and Skype and whatever, rather than through YouTube. But I'd like to think I'd still be gaming. I know I'd still be gaming, to be honest, but it's just a case of how I would do it, and maybe I'd do some different things. Taberfan, is Minecraft your favourite game? Yes. Quite simple. Yes it is. I just think that you can do anything on there. The opportunities and your options they're unlimited, and that's, I think, what attracts a lot of people to the game. But it's I don't know. I've played it for years now, and obviously I love doing the videos and things for you guys. So yeah, that's definitely up there as my favourite game. And although I enjoy many games, I think that one is my number one. Melamaniac says, do you have any advice for small YouTubers, and why did you start YouTube? And I love KK, which is Kysencraft. She's part of Kysencraft, and that's kind of our shorthand for that, just so you guys know. Advice for small YouTubers. I'm thinking, guys, about doing a proper video on this, because really it's difficult to answer in a short question. If you think that would be a good idea, if you'd like me to do that, then let me know, leave a comment or something, and if enough people are interested, perhaps I will do that, because I do get asked this question a lot. And if I could put it all into a video, I only have to do the video once, and then I can give everybody quite a full answer to that question. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you think that'd be good. Why did I start YouTube? Well, I guess I was inspired by Etho, really. That was the big one. I watched what he did, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. I want to do that. I wanted to build up a community. I wanted to communicate with other people. I think wanting to communicate with other people is something I've always been interested in. In the past, I've looked at several careers. One of them was stand-up comedy, funnily enough. Not many people know that about me. And then comedy writing, and then just writing in general, like being an author or something, or writing for sitcoms and that kind of thing. And really, a lot of it all comes back to wanting to communicate with people. I guess there's something in me that just likes to do that. And I think that was a big part of why I started YouTube. I saw that as a way I could combine a hobby of mine, something I really love doing, which is gaming and particularly playing Minecraft, with communicating with the wider world. So I guess that was why, and I say the inspiration spark really came from Etho and other YouTubers like him. PvP Hazard YouTube. Can I friend you on Hypixel, or do you not friend people? Sure you can. If you catch me online, and the best way to do that is to join my fans Discord, because I always post in there when I'm going on and doing some bed wars, and you guys can join in and be part of my videos and things. So I will put an invite to the fan Discord in the video description here, and I'll put my Discord name, which is Kysen #6031. I'll put that all in the video description, and you guys can add me on there. And yeah, if you catch me online, add me as a friend. I always accept. And then if you see me online, just derping around sometimes, then maybe we'll play together. Okay, Josh the Midget. How do you get the confidence to be a YouTuber? It's an interesting question, because I never really considered it. When I first thought, oh, I'd like to do YouTube, I thought, well, you know, I'm not going to be putting myself out there in terms of like my face or anything like that. It's just my content. And my voice is the most personal thing, I suppose, that comes across. But really, I just sort of didn't care. It was a case of, I accepted from the start that you know, if you do something on YouTube, you put yourself out there in public, you're going to get some hate, and people will try to knock you down and whatever. And yeah, that's happened. I think I've been quite lucky though, because largely my experience has been great. Everyone's been like really kind and supportive, and I haven't got too much, you know, too many hate messages or anything like that. But I think if you just go in and you accept, hey, I know that's going to happen. I also accepted that my first video was not going to be my best, and that I would keep on improving. And so you just say, well, it doesn't matter if I'm bad. This is what I want to do. And if people want to try and knock me down for having a go at that, that's up to them. I think, you know, most of the time, if someone says something horrible to you and they try to, you know, troll you or send you hate or something like that, really it comes from the fact that they're unhappy in their lives, and I actually feel sorry for them rather than feeling angry at them. I think as well, you will find that you'll get a lot of people that support you, because in general there's a lot of good people in the world, and I think a lot of people will try to help you out and be nice to you when you start out. So I guess don't give away too much personal information at the start would be my advice, and then you can be confident because nobody knows who you are anyway. So even if it goes absolutely horribly wrong, it's a disaster, you can quit, and you haven't really lost anything. You know, it's just, oh, I tried it, it didn't really work out, move on with my life. And if it does work out, then great, and you'll be enjoying what you do, right? Anna Johnson 2K18. How did you decide to become a YouTuber? What was your inspiration? Okay, I kind of already answered this one, right, about Etho and wanting to communicate and stuff. So that's kind of a double question. So yeah, it seems we've got a lot to get through. I think I'll just move on to Archie Eden. Have you heard of Hermitcraft? Absolutely, yes. I did a collaboration video with False Symmetry. For those who don't know, she plays on Hermitcraft, which is a YouTuber server. She's got like 100k subs. Some of the guys on there are like Mumbo Jumbo, they've got like 2 million subscribers. It's a big professional YouTuber server. Yes, I've absolutely heard of it. I watch a lot of Hermitcraft videos, and it's very cool. Okay, so the next one, Didnt. Except a YouTuber, what would your dream jobs be? I would love to play for Manchester United. That would be awesome. Any position. I mean, goalkeeper would be cool, but anywhere for United would be awesome. I'd love to do that. Dream jobs, I guess. Yeah, being successful in business is something that I'm aspiring to do, and it's something that's a realistic goal, because I am hopefully opening a new company at the end of this year, and that's very exciting for me. And also I currently manage a company that does reasonably well, so I think anything like that would be cool. Being a professional blogger or vlogger or something as well, you know, doing Instagram posts and that sort of thing, and traveling, you know, travel blogs, travel writing, writing in general, yeah, anything like that would be pretty cool. So I suppose anything that falls into those kind of categories. Do you like Eurovision? Oh wait, that was Didnt I did. This is from Colas, so I've got to remember the names. Do I like Eurovision? Not really, to be honest. The English are pretty pants at it. No one ever votes for us, so we never do well. And I mean, it's okay, I guess it's a bit of fun, and the concept is good, I just don't think it's done in the best way. Maybe like a Europe's Got Talent would be better, like if you've seen the Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent, those kind of shows, maybe something like that, so it wasn't just singing. But yeah, not really the biggest fan. Shadow Official YouTube. Can you sub to me, please? Nah, joke. What's your opinion on birds? Birds are a funny one. Like, some people are scared of them, right? And I just do not understand that at all. I think birds are awesome. particularly like parrots, and that's not just because I'm a Minecraft pirate. I do genuinely like parrots. When I was younger, I had a couple of budgies for pets. I had Joey and Holly. So yeah, very creative names there. Joey was a blue budgie and Holly was a green budgie. Used to have a lot of fun with them, get them flying around and landing on me and all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty cool. Used to enjoy that. And yeah, I like birds. I don't know why people are scared of them, but there's probably people out there who don't understand why I'm scared of spiders too. So I guess that's life. Nolan Winghart. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be? Actually, bird would be pretty cool because you could fly around, and I like the thought of that. Also, some sort of like whale or something where you could travel the depths of the ocean. That would also be pretty cool. I guess if I had to be an animal with my brain, though, I think being maybe a gorilla or a chimpanzee would be cool, because then I'd still have some sort of dexterity, and I'd be like the smartest chimpanzee or gorilla ever, right? So I could be like a Hollywood actor, because I could take directions, I could do all kinds of cool stuff that chimpanzees can't do, because I'd have the human brain, and I could be like a professional actor and be a chimpanzee. So that would be, yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I think one of those would be cool. And then also I could learn sign language to actually communicate with humans, and that would probably be awesome, because I would no doubt miss that if I had my brain. But if I didn't have my brain, I had to just be an animal, then yeah, like a bird or a whale, or maybe even just like a house cat, one that's really well looked after. So I get loads of nice food, lots of cuddles, and lots of like warmness. That's all cats do, right? It's just sleep and be cuddled, and it's just an easy life. So yeah, maybe something like that would also be good. JD94 says, what are the 3 things on your bucket list? There's probably like 300 on my bucket list, but some that rate quite highly for me. One would be to see the pyramids in Egypt. I'd love to do that. I think that the history would just be incredible, and I was always fascinated by the ancient Egyptians when I was at school. So to actually go and see them in real life, that would be awesome. I would love to do that. I would like to go and watch the World Cup one day, watch England play in the World Cup, particularly if we could get quite far one day. That would be awesome. If we were to win it in my lifetime and I could go and watch that and be there as part of that, would be really cool. As a big soccer fan, I would love to do that. Number 3. Now, by the way, guys, I'm doing all of these on the spot, right? So I didn't actually prepare for this. And these questions are coming up randomly, so I have no idea which one's next or whatever. So, yeah, you're really getting just my gut reaction answers here. You know, I think number 3 would have to be, I would love to make it to, I'm trying to think of a good number. I suppose 10,000 subscribers on YouTube would be really, really cool. What I'd really love, though, if it's a bucket list, I guess you can put things on there that are a bit abstract and out there. I'd love to get to the 100,000 to get that YouTube play button sent to me in the mail. I think if I could have that on my wall, that'd be a huge, like, just euphoria moment, right? And I'd look at it and be happy every single day of my life. I know I would. So I guess that would be number 3. Rainbow Ruin Games. Why do I love Minecraft? I kind of touched on this earlier, but really I guess it comes down to the fact that the opportunities are unlimited. If you think of something, if you can imagine something, you can build it. And it's a sort of game that you get invested into it. You know, you can't just go and build stuff. You have to actually get all the materials together, and you have to work things out each time. And in particular, if you do that with redstone builds, right, then you're really having to work things out and figure out the game mechanics and stuff. And I think that challenge is awesome. And when you actually complete something, you really feel a sense of achievement. And you know, that lasts for a little while, and then you get on, you do the next project, and you get that same feeling all over again. I think as well the game is going to keep developing, and it's got a lot of life left in it yet. So as the game develops, I think it will just keep getting better and better. It will get bigger, and the opportunities will grow larger and more in numbers. So really, it's a great game to be part of, and the community around it is just awesome. So Minecraft, I think, is just the game that's got everything really, and that's why I love it. That Raf Meyer. If you were immortal, what would you do and why? Don't know why I asked this, just thought it would be cool. It's a very good question. If I was immortal, what would I do? I suppose I could do a lot of good in reducing violence in the world. I'm very against violence. I think that no conflict should ever resort to violence, whether it's 2 guys arguing in a bar or 2 great world nations arguing politically. Violence is never the answer. And if I were immortal, then I could take on entire armies by myself and let them waste all of their ammunition on me and then just go and take the guns off them. I know that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, guys, but I think, you know, being immortal would give me the ability to do that, because I could never be killed, so what else can they do with me? I would be, I guess, able to save a lot of people. Like I could go into burning buildings and pick people up and without ever endangering myself, and go into like disaster zones if there's been like a hurricane or an earthquake or tsunami or something. So I think I'd just dedicate my life to helping people as much as I could with that power, because I think if you didn't, you'd really be wasting that power, right? If you didn't do that. And I could maybe do some space missions as well, where I could go off into space without any danger of anything going wrong. And I guess put myself in those dangerous situations that the real heroes of our world put themselves into, without actually having to risk a human life. So, you know, I could go into space, and if the rocket blew up, I would survive it, you know, because I'm immortal. Whereas another human might die, and you know they leave behind their family, their friends, and things. Well, we could save all that from happening. So I guess I'd put myself in those kinds of positions for other people. Martin 07011. I have a girlfriend. I do have a girlfriend. Yes. As of like a few months ago, like 7 or 8 months ago. So yes, I do. I believe the last time I was asked this in the Q&A, the answer was no. So that has changed, which is pretty cool. And yeah, having a good relationship so far. Not really too much to comment on. Other than that, you guys know I like to keep things fairly private, but the answer is basically yes, I do. Josh B, how long ago did you start playing, and what was the first thing you made with Redstone? Okay, how long ago did I start playing? That would probably have to be, let me think. So I'm 26 now. I guess I started when I was about 19. Yeah, probably about 7 years, like give or take. I don't remember exactly how old I was, but it would be around then. Certainly a very different game back then. You couldn't sprint, food wouldn't stack, there was no such thing as hunger, there was no enchanting or brewing or elytras or all kinds of things, so very different game. The first thing I made with Redstone, I think actually was a piston door. Now, I didn't actually come up with the design myself, I copied it from somewhere, I think a YouTube video, forget now whose it was, but yeah, I watched the video on how to make a piston door, and I think that was the first thing I made. That was in a Minecraft world that I don't even have anymore. I deleted it or lost it or something a long time ago. But I believe that was the first thing I made. As for the first thing I made, as in like I actually made it myself, beyond the like very simple things like a lighting system for a room or something, I think the first thing I made that was completely original design, I worked out all by myself and everything else, like from conception right the way through to the end. I did not Google or YouTube a single thing. That would have to be my villager breeder in my Let's Play series. I literally just made that entirely on my own, and it's kind of why I'm quite proud of it, because I didn't get any help on it. I just entirely did that myself, and it's not great, it's not the most efficient, I understand that, and I don't profess to be like this amazing redstone guy, but it did what I wanted it to do, so I was pretty happy with that. Nolan Winghart again. So yeah, some people have got more than one question in here, guys. I did try to get everyone's questions, so if you've got more than one, then good on you. He says this time, if you could switch your life with one YouTuber for a day, who would it be? The first one that comes to mind, probably pretty obvious, is Etho. Just to kind of be in his head for a day and see what it's like to be that smart, particularly when it comes to redstone. And also just, he seems to think about things in quite a unique way. I think a lot of people who know him would agree with that. So, and being my inspiration for starting YouTube, it'd be awesome to sort of see, how he thinks about YouTube and about Minecraft and that sort of thing. So yeah, he'd definitely be up there. I think it just would be him. I can't really think of anyone else I'd rather, go into their life for a day, without like looking into it and whatever. But yeah, let's keep it with Ether. I think that's a good answer. Tony's life. Ford F100 or Chevy C10 pickup. I had to Google these to see what they were. They both look, from what I can gather, they're like old school pickup trucks, right? Like they look very cool, but kind of an old school feel to them, like a retro feel. To me, I mean, I'm not that big into cars, to be honest, guys. I mean, I like cars, but I don't know much about them. Like if I see a Ferrari or something, like, wow, that looks cool, but I don't really know much about like engines or interior parts or whatever else. But from the look of these two cars, I was like, the Ford F100 looks pretty cool. So I don't know if that's a good answer or a bad answer or anything. I just don't know. That's just from Google Images. They look cool. So yeah, probably the Ford. It's Sneaky Kid. Are you going to be a full-time YouTuber? To be honest, it's hard to conceive of a time in my life where YouTube would be my only source of like income, where I just did it full-time. I've got a good business opportunity ahead of me here, and assuming that goes well, then there's no reason I would stop that. Also, assuming that yeah, that my career, basically the way it's planned out is that I'm going to be in business. That's almost definitely what's going to be happening, barring some kind of like disastrous 1 in a billion thing going wrong. So let's assume that that's happening. I'm working in business, running my own company. If I would like to still do YouTube and build it up. And if I got to a point where, let's say I got to a point where I did have like 100,000 subscribers, and I was at a point where I could consider doing YouTube for a living, well, if I can get there while simultaneously running a company, why stop running the company, right? If it's making decent money and I'm earning a living from it. You know, we never know how long YouTube's going to be around for, so it would be foolish of me to put all my eggs in one basket when I had a very good opportunity outside of YouTube. Most of the big YouTubers have backup plans or talk about other opportunities that they pursue and these kinds of things. So I doubt it is the answer, but never say never. Who knows? You know, I never thought I would do YouTube in the first place, and when I started, I never thought I'd be at 1,000 subscribers. Certainly in this time period, you know, it's only been like a year, which I'm very happy with. So who knows? But the closest answer I can give you, I think the most accurate one, is probably not. Willcraft8 or Jeff, did you think your channel grow to 1K subs? Well, I kind of just said that actually, but no, definitely not. When I first started, 100 was like, if I can get 100 subscribers, that would be so cool, that'd be awesome. And now I have 10 times that many, and growing, and the growth has been good, especially lately, so I'm very happy with the way it's going. And no, I absolutely did not think I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, and now I absolutely do not think I'll get to 10,000 subscribers, but come on guys, prove me wrong. Get me up there. That would be the next, I think, awesome, cool milestone, but no, I didn't think I'd hit 1,000. Lou007 Hamilton, do you think your channel will ever move past Minecraft, and if so, what would you do? So I've kind of touched on this a little bit, but I think the answer to this is yes, I hope it will. I hope in the future that I'd like to always have Minecraft as part of my channel, I think, but if I could move into doing other things, particularly if I do a face reveal and start doing vlogs and some other videos where I can better connect with you guys and things, it might be cool. Once I get to a stage in my career, as I said before, where I can do that, I think that would be cool. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll get there one day. What sort of music do you like, says Bat998. To be honest, it's easy to tell you what I don't like, because I like a huge range of music. I like certain classical music, and I like Eminem, you know, polar opposites, right? And I like hard rock sort of music, and sometimes I like pop music, and indie, and reggae, and just everything in between. Some of my favourite like bands and things, so I really like Eminem. I like Coldplay, they're just awesome. I'd love to see them live one time, actually. I'd love to see Eminem live one day as well. That'd be cool too. Muse are a great band. I love the Beatles, big Beatles fan. Obviously a bit more old school, but great music. So yeah, quite a wide range, to be honest with you. Colas again, this time, did you fight in the Great Emu War? I had to actually Google this to see what it was. Apparently Australia, in the 1930s, I think it was, had this huge problem with emus, and had to like fight them and kill a load of them off or something. I don't know how old you think I am, Colas, but I certainly was not alive in 1930, and no, I did not fight in the Great Emu War. I almost killed an emu once though, fun little story. I was driving in the outback of Australia. I had to do, it was like an 8-hour drive I had to do, and just, I don't know, a few hours into the drive, this emu just runs right out in front of me. Like, I don't even know where it came from. It must have been behind a bush or something, but yeah, it just went right across my car, and I must have been a few feet away from smashing into this emu. Driving at the speed limit, which was 110 kilometers per hour, would have done a lot of damage to my car, because I've only got quite a small car, so yeah, luckily I missed that one. But no, I didn't fight in the Great Emu War. Great question though. How did you come up with the name Kysen, asks Meristagram. So there's a Japanese word Kysen, which is K-A-I-Z-E-N, and I learnt about this word when I was studying business back in England when I was about, I don't know, 15 or something. And that word means continuous improvement. And it's like a business model, or not just business model, just a philosophy in general in Japan and in Japanese culture, that you continually try to improve, that every day you try to improve yourself, your business, your career, whatever it is, right? You try to improve every day. And when I started YouTube, I was like, that's how I see this. It's like one long grind, essentially, where you keep trying to make your channel a little bit better every day. Each video you try to do a little bit better than the last one. and I think Kysen's a great name for that. Now Kysen, K-A-I-Z-E-N, was already taken, so I got like something that sounded similar to it, because I was like, well, every time I see that name, which is going to be quite a lot if I'm doing this as YouTube stuff, it'll remind me of that and keep me focused on trying to keep improving on what I do. And I think if you can keep making progress in life, you feel good. So that was my idea. Let's try to keep making progress on my channel at all times. Also, I was like, I think it's quite a cool name. I think it's quite memorable and catchy. So if someone likes my videos and they didn't subscribe, and then, oh, well, I'd like to see if Kysen's got any more videos. Hopefully they're like, oh, you know, what was that video I watched? Who was it? And they'll remember it was Kysen. It's one word, quite a short word, easy to remember. So I thought it was a good name for those reasons too. So yeah, that's how it came out. A lot of thought went into this, guys. I had to check a load of names and whether they were available both in Minecraft, because I got a new account for doing this, and also whether they're available on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I put some work in, guys, don't you worry. Logan Pedalos says, what do you think will be the next step in your channel? It's a pretty good question, actually. What do I think is the next step? I don't plan things out as well as I probably could. And I think the reason for that is partly because I don't have the time, and I just like, okay, get content up as much as you can. That's what people really want. And also, it's you know, I do this for fun. Like, I don't monetize my videos, as you know. There's no ads and that on my channel. If you want to come and watch my videos, then you can do that ad free. Obviously, people donate to me, and that's different though. That's like people are choosing they want to do that, and it's absolutely greatly appreciated. Like I couldn't even explain to you how much it means. Any support, whether it's just hitting like on one of my videos or donating to me, it's all very, very, very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not trying to really gain anything out of this other than enjoyment, which I do. So I don't plan it out as much as someone who's like, right, I want to become a YouTuber. I'm dead set. That's what I got to do. I don't want anything else in my life. Maybe doing more like thumbnails and more, I guess, professional videos in that way. Perhaps adding in like intros and outros, that sort of thing. I guess that's a pretty cool next step. I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon though, because all of this stuff takes a lot of time, and that's one resource I'm very limited on. But I guess I just, you know, Kysen, right? Try to keep improving and try to keep adding to the professionalism for you guys. JPGRR4679, what's your favourite movie? Man, how can anyone have a favourite movie? There are just way too many movies, right? Like, there's so many great movies. There's a few that instantly come to mind though. Shawshank is one of them, The Shawshank Redemption. It's a prison movie for those of you who haven't seen it. I won't say too much about it, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but absolutely fantastic movie. I've watched it several times, and it's still a great movie. Kind of a drama movie. And then in terms of like a funny movie, like a comedy, which I'm quite big on, I love comedies, I love to laugh. I think Step Brothers would have to be up there. I've watched it time after time after time. It makes me laugh just so much. I just absolutely love that movie. I also really like Yes Man, because it's hilarious, but also it's got a great concept behind it. I think a great philosophy of saying yes to life and trying to get out there and have new experiences. To me, that's what life's all about. Go and do it. Give it a try. You know, do everything once, as they say. Why not? And see if you like it, and if you do, do it again. What was it? I just had another one on the tip of my tongue just then. There's this old school movie. It's called Nothing to Lose, with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. And it's probably not even very well known, but it's a comedy. It just really makes me laugh. I love that movie. And another old school one, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, with John Candy and, what's he called? The guy from Cheaper by the Dozen. Steve Martin, that's it. Another great movie, another old school one, but just hilarious. So I think those would all be up there for me. But it's so hard. It really depends what mood you're in, and there's so many great actors and actresses out there, and yeah, it'd be hard to choose just one. Okay, Agent Venom says, what would win, me or a tree? Well, Agent Venom, it's a very interesting question you asked there. You'll notice the darker colour here. This one was asked on my Discord. I think, what would win, you or a tree? I guess a tree, because, you know, trees are pretty strong. If you hit a tree, you're just going to hurt yourself. Assuming you don't have any weapons, like an axe or something on you, I think the tree's going to win, Agent, I've got to say. Yeah, I'd put my money on the tree. Zare says, do you see yourself becoming a bigger YouTuber in the future? Who inspired you to make a YouTube channel? I think I know, but I'm not sure. Okay, so number one, do I see myself becoming a bigger YouTuber? Absolutely, because if I get just one more subscriber from the point when I said yes, which is right now, then I'm technically a bigger YouTuber, right? Look, I think, in all seriousness, to answer your question, the next stage where you kind of say, oh, hey, he's gone to the next stage in YouTube, is probably 10,000, right? Like, anything below 1,000, you're a small channel, or let's say you're like a tiny channel, right? Not to have a go at anyone that's less than 1,000, but I'm just saying if we had to categorize this, it's like less than 1,000 tiny, 1 to 10,000 is like small, 10,000, once you hit the 10,000 mark, you're like I guess like a beginner channel in terms of the YouTube ladder and spectrum and stuff, right? And then at 100,000 you're advanced, I guess. So those are kind of the benchmarks that I see, or maybe you could add one in at 50,000. I mean, this is just arbitrary in my head, but I think, that's the next step. So the next step, bigger YouTuber, would be, I guess, 10,000. Do I think I'll get there? It's hard to imagine. It's taken a year to get 1,000. So technically speaking, I'd have to do this for 9 more years to get to 10,000. And 9 years is a long time. I have no idea what I'll be doing in 9 years' time, whether YouTube will even still be here, and if it is, whether or not I'll have that 10,000 subscribers. It's really hard to say. I'd certainly like to think that I could get to that stage one day, and hopefully in less than 9 years, but very hard to answer. I'm not really sure. And who inspired me to make a YouTube channel? I kind of talked about that. That was Etho. Agent Venom again says, where is your personal favourite place to eat? There is this little Italian restaurant that I know of in a place called Fremantle, which is in Western Australia, and it's called Rocco's. And they do the best Italian food. I mean, the lasagna, the pizza, they do meatballs, even the chips there are great. And chips as in French fries, by the way, not chips as in what I call crisps. But yeah, that is my favourite place to eat locally. My favourite restaurant in the entire world, though, hands down, easily answerable question. It's a place called Los Bandidos, and it's a Mexican restaurant in Ayia Napa in Cyprus. Used to go there a lot as a kid. They just do the most amazing food you could ever imagine. If you ever go to Cyprus, guys, get yourselves to Ayia Napa and get to Los Bandidos. And you have to book a table because it's that good there. But it's not expensive, it's just really popular. And it's just amazing. I recommend the T-bone steak, the Texas chili, and the paradise pie. So there's your Kysen recommendations for that restaurant. But yeah, absolutely love it there. And the staff are lovely as well, I have to say. Zare says, have you ever visited America? I have, Zare. I've been to America several times. I've been to Alaska, Florida, I've been up to New York, I've done Texas, and a few places that, like within those, like so Florida I've done like Orlando, but I've done Miami, and I've done Sarasota and Sanibel, Marco Island. Like in Alaska, I've done Fairbanks and Denali National Park and Anchorage. New York, we just did New York, and Texas went to Dallas. So yeah, I've been to America quite a few times, been to a few places there. I love to travel, so I travel whenever I can, and America is a very, very cool place I love going to. So yes, I have. Agent Venom again, where do you want to go on vacation, and are you planning doing a meetup with your subscribers? Okay, first of all, where do I want to go on vacation? Well, the next place I'm going is Italy, and I'm pretty excited about that, to say the least. In fact, I'm very, very excited about that. I've got a month in Italy coming up later this year, and I really can't wait for that. If I had to pick somewhere else, though, somewhere that I don't have planned at the moment, where I'd like to go after that, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places. It really depends on what mood I'm in. Going back to America and doing other parts of America would be cool. Europe's always good. Europe's got a lot of history, a lot of culture to it, so there's a lot of places in Europe that I'd like to go to. Going to Egypt would be nice. I want to see my pyramids. And I've been to Canada before and I loved it, so going back there one day is on my to-do list. Let's see, where else? Africa. I've done Morocco, but I'd like to do a bit of South Africa. Oh man, to be honest, there's a lot of places I'd like to go on vacation. But for now, I'm really focused on Italy. I'm very much looking forward to that. And am I planning on doing a meetup with your subscribers? If I ever do a face reveal, and then after that point I travel, I would happily post the fact that I'm travelling to such and such a place, and if people wanted to meet up with me, then absolutely I would. But we've got to get past the face reveal first, guys, so the sooner you guys help to get me to 10k, the sooner I do this face reveal. And then you can meet up with me, alright? How cool is that? So yeah, in all seriousness, if I ever do a face reveal, then after that point I would not care about meeting up with people. In fact, it'd be quite fun, and maybe we could get like Minecon events going and all kinds of things, but we're a little way off from that yet, guys, so for the meantime, I guess it's a maybe. Zare says, what's your favourite food? I guess Italian food. I did just speak about Italian and also Mexican. Those two are up there for me. You know, I like the junky food, right? The burgers, the pizzas, steak I like. So favourite type of food, probably Italian. Although that Los Bandidos would always trump it. But generally speaking, I very much like Italian. And if I had to pick a favourite dish, probably be lasagna. Although pizza's pretty high up there as well. Yeah, one of those two, I reckon. Screaming Ash Floob says, if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask? Trademark question. Wow, okay, we're getting into a bit more of a philosophical question here. The absolute truth to one question, my goodness. There are so many things that come to mind. You know, famous mysteries like who was the Zodiac killer, or you know, I guess maybe knowing the answer to is there life after death, or something like that. You know, something quite profound you could ask, or how did the universe start, or are we part of a multiverse? And you could ask these big questions. But you know what? Actually, I think it would come down to, if I could have the absolute total truth to just one question. It would be, how can I live my life in the happiest way possible from now until the day I die? Because really, that's what life is about. You know, you should be happy. You should, whatever you do, it should be making you happy. And if it isn't, you've got to look at what you're doing. And that's not to say that, you know, sometimes you're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to roll up your sleeves a bit. I absolutely believe in that. But in general, I think if you can live a happy life, that would be the most valuable thing to know, is how can I be happy? And, you know, I feel like I've got that reasonably figured out already, because I am quite a happy person. I love what I do, and I love interacting with you guys and doing this YouTube thing, and I love my career, and I've got a great girlfriend, I've got a great social group. So, yeah, really, I'm pretty lucky. I know that. I know that I'm very lucky. So maybe that, or maybe how can I add the most value to those around me? That would be another good question. How can I give back the most to those around me in life to make them happy? You know, being happy yourself is great. If you can make other people happy, there's nothing better, in my opinion. So something around that, probably. Agent Venom again. If you could, would you create your own country? And if so, what would you call it? Yes, I absolutely would create my own country. And I would make it, you know, if I had that kind of money and power, I'd make a country that people could come to, and there would be houses there for everyone. So if you're homeless or in a bad situation, you could come to my country to live, and houses and food would be provided. It would be, you know, a basic country, just a tropical paradise kind of thing, I think, like a desert island sort of place where basic accommodation, basic food, but there'd be something there for everyone. It sickens me that in this day and age, there are still people out there who are homeless and starving and don't have access to water. I think it's tragic, and there should be a place that people like that can go to. So Kysenville would be the place, I guess. Now, Agent Venom got the second question from me. If Buzz Lightyear doesn't think he's a toy, why doesn't he move and talk around humans? So that's quite a cool question, right? This is like a question I heard years ago that kind of stuck with me, because when you watch Toy Story, Buzz, you know, famously doesn't think he's a toy at first. He thinks he's a spaceman. And yet when the humans are around, he doesn't move. He lies down and lies still, right? I don't know, maybe he's on some sort of mission to deceive all of humankind or something. I really don't know. I've never had a good answer to that question. Feel free to submit your own answers to that question, guys, if you think you have a good one. Chuck that in the comments. If Minecraft wasn't a thing, what would you record? Another good question. I suppose I'd do more of the ones I've already done, like Tropico and Airline Tycoon, because, you know, I enjoy them. Maybe I'd look at games that are similar to Minecraft, things like, I guess, Terraria and Roblox and that sort of thing. Or maybe I'd just put in the effort to do something completely different and do, I don't know, maybe like some Call of Duty or Rocket League or something like that. It's a hard question because I really like Minecraft, and I think it's the way the game's set up, it's a great game to record, and other games wouldn't be as easy or as good to record on. But yeah, probably one of those that I've said. Bugger says, what would you do if YouTube didn't exist? So I kind of mentioned this earlier. I think, yeah, I'd spend a lot of time gaming still. And who knows, maybe I'd spend more time at the gym and be a bit fitter. Although I do go to the gym quite a lot, as in like 8 times or 9 times a week. So I don't know, maybe I don't need to go to the gym anymore. You know, I'm in decent shape. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe more, yeah, more gaming, but just not recording it, and maybe more soccer and things like that. Robbie Dobby Doo, if you got 5 million subscribers and we're getting decent views, would you quit your IRL job? Again, it's kind of like I said, you know, if I get to that stage, I will have got there through doing my job simultaneously, so there'd be no reason to necessarily quit. I think the only thing that the only way that could change, like if I could envisage a scenario, would be, let's say my business was on a bit of a downturn, you know, trends changed or something, and my company wasn't doing well, and I was struggling to make it profitable, and I was losing money on it, and I was sort of funding the business through my YouTube, because my YouTube got so popular, I got 5 million subscribers, and I'm making a lot of money off of it, but that money I'm using to fund my business because that's not profitable anymore. Well, then sure, I would get rid of the business, because why do something if it's not making you money, right? Like if that's, I mean, I get, like, you know, you can do charity things, but if you're running a company, it's because you want to make some money to live off of, and if that's not happening, but your YouTube channel is, then it's kind of an obvious one, right? You just get rid of the company and yeah, do YouTube full time. Why not? So that's kind of the only scenario where I can envisage that happening, which I don't think is hugely likely at all. Robert Floob says, how did you come up with Kysencraft? Also, what made you start playing Minecraft and start YouTube? So I've kind of answered the second part of that question, but with Kysencraft, it was a case of, I thought to myself, well, what would I really like? You know, at this stage I probably had a couple hundred subscribers, and I was like, wow, this is, you know, it's going well, my YouTube's going great, but what would I like to do that I'm not doing right now? And why did I start this? And I started to think about all that, and the path I wanted to go down with my channel. And I thought, well, connecting with my fans and having a bit of a community built up around just my videos, like something behind the scenes that we do, would be great. And I just thought, well, servers are always good fun, and if people want to come onto a server and play Minecraft with me, then that could be fun. Like, we could all do that and do some mini games sometimes, which we do, and some other events, which we do, you know, from time to time. I set up special events and things, which some of you will know about. So the idea came from that. I just thought of ways that I could kind of build my community, expand my community, and also provide a good service to my subscribers and the people who are my fans. You know, how could I do something nice for them? And I thought, well, a server, you know, they cost a bit of money to run, and for a long time I was funding that on my own, but now, thank you to my subscribers, because they actually now pay for the server, essentially. I mean, I still lose money on doing the YouTube thing overall, because I do spend money on, like, giveaways and things as well, but, you know, for the most part, it's about break even now, so I'm pretty happy, and I'm very lucky to have the donators that I do. But yeah, that was essentially it, just to build up that community for you guys. Haley Wolf says, what's your favourite thing about Minecraft, and what do you look forward to most about 1.14? Mine is the dolphins. My favourite thing about Minecraft is kind of everything. I think that's kind of it, right? It's that your possibilities are endless. You can do anything you want, as I've said before. If you imagine it, you can do it. So I love that. I think it's also a game that brings people together. You know, I was never the most popular guy at school, and what I see from Minecraft, I'm like, wow, I wish I had that when I was younger, where, you know, when I came home from school, I could go onto the Minecraft and escape from the real world and be part of a community that all enjoys the same thing, and, you know, gaming together on servers and doing mini games, that kind of thing. So I love that it brings people together. I love that the possibilities are endless, and I love that it's enabled me to do YouTube, you know, because really that is the thing that's made my channel what it is today, and introduced me to some absolutely fantastic people, some really incredible people that I'm so lucky to have met. What I look forward to most about 1.14, dolphins are definitely pretty cool, they're definitely up there, but as the Minecraft pirate, I think the shipwrecks and the treasure that will be around them, that is pretty cool, right? I mean, it's a great update for me as the Minecraft pirate, because it's just all this, like, aquatic stuff, right? I mean, it's called the aquatic update, it's amazing. So I'm excited about a lot of things for it, but I think the shipwrecks are probably number one. Jubsy says, if you could own anything in the universe or multiverse, what and why would it be? Well, I would have to pick something on Earth, because although the universe is a big place and the multiverse is even bigger, I don't know what's out there. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to go on. Yeah, I don't know what's out there in the universe or the multiverse, really, beyond, you know, the sun and the stars and the moons and planets and all that good stuff. Which, you know, if I owned the moon, I don't know what I'd do with it really. Maybe just put a big advert for Kysen YouTube up there. No, I don't know. I suppose. Oh, if I could own anything. Maybe Etho's Minecraft account or his YouTube account or something. That'd be cool. If I could own anything in the universe. Wow. This is why I should have probably done a bit more preparation for this and kind of thought about it. Probably a good time for a sip of water, actually. 2 seconds, guys. Oh, sorry, my throat is getting quite sore. I've been talking non-stop for like an hour now or something. Where it feels like an hour. I don't actually know how long it is. Okay, think, Kysen, think if you could own anything. Owning Manchester United would be nice. Owning the football club, and I could go to all the games and sit in the executive box and that sort of thing. Owning YouTube would be very cool. You know what? That would be up there for me. If I owned YouTube, then I could just, you know, promote my channel to every single person on YouTube and be this really awesome Minecraft YouTuber. So maybe we'll go for that. Or owning Minecraft, that would also be nice. If I was like Notch, that'd be pretty good. So let's go for owning Minecraft. Yeah, if I started Minecraft, if I was Notch and I had a YouTube channel, I'd be obviously very successful. And he made a lot of money out of Minecraft too, so that'd be pretty cool to have owned that and then the ability to sell it, I guess. Okay, here we go, guys. This is an absolute buffet of questions here from Famkey, who clearly put in a lot of effort and worked very hard on this. So thank you, Fam. And there's some great questions in here. I did have a little look through this a long time ago, but anyway, let's jump into this. What is your favourite month of the year and why? December's pretty cool because you got Christmas and you got New Year's Eve. Not that I'm a huge fan of New Year's Eve actually, because it's just busy everywhere and everywhere's expensive and yeah, crowds just bug me. I'm not the biggest fan of crowds. But Christmas I love. It's a family time of year. It's all to do with like being happy and presents and gift giving and food and fun, and it's just brilliant. So probably December. What's your favourite thing to do outdoors? Hers is to go back inside. Yeah, I know. I know that feeling. There's not many computers outdoors, are there? So I'm a bit lost out there. I suppose playing soccer would be up there. I do a lot of that, and I've also done a lot of camping. So probably one of those two. Favourite thing to do on the playground as a kid? That'd be soccer. I used to love playing soccer on the playground. That was always good fun. My preferred morning beverage is absolutely coffee. I have it very, very strong. I have it black with no milk, no sugar, just a pure black coffee, and that really... I'm not awake until I've had that, to be honest with you. Where is your favourite place to shop? Oof, depends how much money I've got, to be honest, fam. If I've got money, then computer stores and Apple stores and technology stores in general. I love it. All the different gadgets and gizmos, I'd love to go in there and buy those things. Kind of a weird one, I also really like department stores that sell like homeware and kitchenware and stuff. I go around there and I go in for like a toothbrush and I come out with like 2 trolleys full of like bins and wash gear and like chairs and tables and cupboards and just all kinds of random stuff. I want to buy everything when I go in there. If I go in there too close to payday, then oh boy, do I come out with some crap. It's just something about those places, they get the better of me. So yeah, I guess one of those places. If you were a character on The Simpsons, who would you be? It's an interesting one. I love Homer, because who doesn't? And he's just, you know, blissfully ignorant in his life and very happy with that. Lisa's very smart, so that'd be quite cool. Who else? I don't know. It's actually a tough question. Bart would be cool, I suppose. You know, a bit of a rebel, prankster, getting into trouble, having fun. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, maybe Bart. Maybe Bart would be fun. Fun to be Bart. Are you ticklish? Yes, very. Very ticklish. Like, you can just go to touch me, like, go to touch my feet or something, for example, and I'll start laughing and screaming. Screaming? I'm squeamish. Is screaming a word? That's weird. Like, squeamish is a word. So I'm very squeamish. If people go to touch my feet, I'm very squeamish. Or something like that. So yeah, very, very ticklish. Favourite type of cheese? 2 come instantly to mind, brie and cheddar. It depends what mood I'm in. Overall, I think cheddar's the one that would top it for me, just about. Like a cheddar and ham sandwich. Oh, that is just so good. And also with cheddar, you can get like, I get like black pepper cheddar, sweet chili pepper, things like that, where the sweet chili, black pepper, whatever, is like put through the cheddar. And, oh, a bit of that on crackers. Man, it's making me hungry. I'm going to have to get out of here soon and go have some cheddar. So yeah, probably cheddars are my favourite, with brie as a close second. If you won a $2 million lottery, what is the first thing you do? I would buy $2 million worth of Google ads for my YouTube channel. No, I'm just kidding. $2 million, what would I do? I would buy a house outright so I didn't have any mortgage payments, buy a really nice car, and put the rest in the bank to live off, so that everything I earned was like spending money. So, you know, I'd be able to pay for all my groceries, my house and my car would be all paid for, and then anything else that I earn through my career or my job or whatever would be purely, I can spend that on whatever I like. And also, as part of the 2 million, I would, you know, within the house, I would have a gaming setup that would absolutely just rock your socks. So yeah, probably those things. In what ways do you want to be like your parents? My dad's an incredibly hard worker, and he's also incredibly generous, and puts everyone else in the world before himself. Those, I think, are great qualities, and something I look up to and admire him for. So I think his work ethic and his mentality with giving, and his patience with people, those things would be great. My mum is a very sweet, very kind person. She, you know, they say that a mother's love for her children, you know, is the best, the strongest love, bar none. And I think my mum is a great example of that. She brought us up very, very well, and I'm very grateful for having both of them in my life. The way that she looks after us when we're sick, when we're children, and even now, you know, mums are always mums, right? You're always their little kid, even when you're 26. It's phenomenal, and it's very appreciated. So, yeah, those would be the qualities I guess I'd like to have. Who do I like better, Woody or Buzz? Woody. What do you want it to say on your tombstone? Maybe game over, because it's kind of funny, and I've always liked gaming. And also, I do like to look at life as one big game, because I find that helps me to enjoy it more. Like when bad things happen, you just look at it like it's a game. Sorry, I just need some water, 2 seconds. Sorry guys, my throat's starting to hurt a little bit. Yeah, I like to look at life as a game. You know, in Minecraft, you know, if you die and you die in lava and you lose all your items with really good items on your stuff, that's one of the worst things that can happen, I guess. It's annoying and it bugs you, but what do? You respawn, you get up, you go again. And, you know, when bad things happen to you in life, which they're always going to, no one ever has a life with no bad things happening. If you view it as a game, it's a case of, okay, this is my latest challenge, this has happened to me, how can I win this game? How can I get past this, overcome this, and be happy? And so I find that helps. And then with the fun times, well, if you think life's a game and you're playful, then that's great, and people, I think, in general will respond well to that. You'll have great social relationships and romantic relationships too, if you can be that kind of playful person. So yeah, I think game over would be a really cool thing for it to say on my tombstone. What's your favourite place you've ever been? Oh, such a tough one. I've been to, you know, I've mentioned I've travelled a lot. I worked out the other day, and I believe I've been to over 30 different countries. And within those countries, I've been to countless different cities. I've been to hundreds of different cities in my life. So I'm very well travelled, very lucky for that. I've been to some amazing places. So to pick a favourite would be tough. But the one that jumps out and comes to mind would be Orlando, Florida. The theme parks around there are just a world unto their own. It's so, you know, going back to life being a game, I suppose, it's so fun there. Yeah, everything is just so fun and unexpected and magical. And, you know, if you haven't done it, guys, I would say, one time in your life, go do it. Go take yourself, your friends, your family, whatever, go do it. The theme parks there are amazing. They really are just incredible. And the rides are good fun. I'm a big fan of the roller coasters and the I guess, like simulator type rides and things like that. And just all the rides, they're all really good fun. So probably that's my favourite place. Can you name the second president of the United States? No, I can't. I'm not even going to guess because I'm just going to embarrass myself. I think the earliest president I can think of who I know for sure was a president would be Teddy Roosevelt. I can't think of, I don't know which one he was. From memory, I think maybe he was the 15th. Wait, 50, you know what, I'm going to stop right now. This is going to get embarrassing. I'm going to Google this afterwards and I'm going to cry, aren't I? You guys are probably laughing at me right now. But yeah, no, I can't. How would you describe your dancing style? if you imagine a lizard stood on its hind two legs on a hot plate, kind of flapping around, maybe being electrocuted at the same time, that's probably what I look like when I dance. Reason being, I just don't care. Like when I go out dancing, I just don't really care what people think of me. I'm out to have fun. I'm out for me. I'm not out for anybody else. And, you know, I'm 26, so when I was younger, when I was like 18, you first start going out, I know in America it's 21, right, but in Australia here it's 18. I did care back in those days, and very shortly I just grew to not care. I just thought, well, what does it matter? You know, go out, have fun. I'm never going to see these people again anyway. And that's what life's about, having fun. Who knows how much longer I'm going to be able to do this, you know. You could be in a tragic accident tomorrow, and that would be, you know, awful and horrible, and you look back and you go, oh, why didn't I make the most of it? So yeah, go out and make the most. My dancing style is one of not caring. Let's put it that way. That sounds better. What's your favourite DiCaprio movie? Oh boy, you've picked one of my favourite actors. You know, Wolf of Wall Street, fantastic movie. Titanic, fantastic movie. Catch Me If You Can, amazing movie. Love that movie. I know there's like so many others. Inception, Shutter Island. Oh my goodness, that was a good one. Okay, got to pick a favourite. Got to come up with one. Oh, The Great Gatsby as well. That might be it actually. The Great Gatsby. That's a fantastic movie. Oh boy, which one do I choose here? You know, I'm going to go for Catch Me If You Can because I love true stories, and I think that true story is a great one. It's funny and it's captivating when you're watching it. So yeah, Catch Me If You Can. Okay, that's Fam's list. Thank you very much, Fam. That's I do appreciate that effort. That's very kind of you, and hopefully I answered all those in enough detail for you. Okay, Screaming Bachelor. What would math be better if 1 + 1 was 38? Let me think about this. I suppose on the one hand, if 1 + 1 was 38, then maths in general would be a lot more complicated and complex, and perhaps because of that, we would understand much more difficult notions of mathematics and have a better understanding of the universe. You know, it seems that most things, if not all things in the universe, can be reduced to mathematics. So, were we to have a better understanding of math, then yeah, maybe we'd be more advanced scientifically, and maybe we'd know some things now that we don't know. So that could be cool. However, 1 + 1 being 2 is a much simpler system, and I think one of the charms of mathematics is its simplicity. The fact that, you know, the way that numbers work and interact with each other, the fact that that makes such a logical sense, is kind of why I think maths works so well in explaining things, you know. So 1 + 1 being 38 would kind of muck that up a bit. So I think 1 + 1 being 2 makes a lot of sense. And one of the things I'm sort of reminded of when thinking of this is the Fibonacci sequence. If you don't know much about that, Google it. It's quite a fascinating sequence of numbers, but it basically starts 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, or so it goes like that, right? So it's like 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 1 is 3, 3 + 2 is 5. It's like the previous two numbers added together equal the next one. And the Fibonacci sequence is a very important sequence in nature. It's something that we use when we send out radio signals to, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, a bit off topic, but basically a lot of government agencies around the world, and particularly the Americans, have these systems set up where they're sending out electronic signals to try and communicate with any intelligent life that may be out there. And they do that predominantly through the use of mathematics, because mathematics is seen as a universal language, because whatever their word for hello and goodbye and whatever is, or however they say that or communicate that to each other, we don't know. But what we do know is that 1 + 1 will always equal 2, whether you are on Earth, on Mars, or at the deep dark reaches of the universe. Oops. Oh no. Oh no, I lost my questions. Come back. Oh no, I'm on the wrong one. Ah. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so maths holds true throughout the whole universe. So I think the Fibonacci sequence is really important, and if 1 + 1 was 38, that would fall to pieces. So no, I think maths is good the way it is, and 1 + 1 being 38, no, I don't like that one. Okay, Agent Venom, how do your parents feel about you doing YouTube? To be honest, they largely don't know much about it. You know, neither one of them is the best with computers anyway, so YouTube and what I do and stuff is completely foreign to them. I'm 26, so it's not like I have to, I don't know, get their permission. I was like, I do it because I want to do it. I'm an adult and everything else. They just don't know much about it, to be honest with you. I can't really tell you much more than that because there's not much to say. We don't really talk about it. I just decided I was doing it one day, and it wasn't like, oh hey, do you mind or can I? It was, hey, I'm going to do this. And really, it was only like after a few weeks or a couple of months doing it that they found out about it, and I said, oh yeah, I've been doing this and yada yada. And they don't really get it. So yeah, nonchalant, I suppose, is how they feel. They don't get it. Okay, one more sip of water. Should get me through these final few questions. How did you come across us on Instagram? So yeah, I follow lots of people on Instagram. It's one of the ways I promote my channel. I generally find you through, the suggested to follow list. It's like if you're suggested to follow, it's probably because you follow a lot of similar pages that I do. I follow lots of Minecraft pages and things because I see lots of cool builds. I get some inspiration from it. And it's just, again, me interacting and having a bit of a community around what I do. So probably through the suggested followers list there. So that was Robert a Flob, that was Agent Venom again. I think I read that one out, just making sure I get the names of everybody here. Okay, Melon says, did you not love school when you were younger? If no, what was your favourite class? I didn't love school. I was bullied on 2 or 3 separate occasions when I went to school throughout my life. Maybe even more than that, really. I just had a bad time of it, to be honest, the whole way through my school life. So that took away a lot of the enjoyment for me. So I definitely didn't love school. I didn't hate it, funnily enough. You think being bullied and whatever, you would hate school. It's not really the case that I hated it. It was just a case of, it's a bit of a pain. I've got to go to school. I want to keep gaming. And then when you're there to get bullied as well, it's like, ugh, this sucks. So yeah, I definitely didn't love it. But my favourite class, as I got older, would have been psychology. Before that, it was business studies and economics. I was always top of my year for that. And at AS level, which is one below A level in England, which is like a university degree level thing, or entry level thing, in the test that I did 2 tests and I scored 100% on both of them. I was really, really good at business studies and economics, and I have to say, for those tests that I scored very highly on and got 100% on, I literally didn't study for even a second. I did not study. I just was good at them. Psychology, for example, I got A's in psychology at the same level. But I'd studied hours and hours and hours before that test. Business, I just didn't have to. I just turned up, did the exam. I was just naturally good at it. No surprises. I'm going into business, I guess. It's kind of always written in the stars. So yeah, business class would have been probably my favourite of all of them. And then when I was younger again, I think I really liked history. I used to love hearing about the ancient Egyptians, Romans, Greeks, all of those ancient civilizations. Some amazing stories. And living in England, growing up in England, you learn English history. We have a very rich and very broad history, so yeah, history was pretty cool too. Can you cook, says Original Iron Aura. I can, actually. I'm not the best, I'm not going to lie, but I can. I know how to do different things. I'm good at cooking like steaks and chicken and fish and that sort of thing. I can cook those meats up pretty well. I can cook potato bake pretty easily. Pasta is not too difficult to do. You just chuck it in, boil it, add some sauce. I made a chocolate cake once that was pretty dang good as well. So I guess that counts. So yeah, I can cook. I'm very good at following recipes as well if I put the effort in. So yeah, I can cook, but I'm not the best. Alyssa/Sissy/Fire says, how did you meet me? Lol, I know it. Just wanted the world to know how, and I could also show it on my channel. Well, Alyssa/Sissy/Fire, we met on Instagram, and as you said the other day, you sent me a random awkward message saying hello, and we started talking from there. Most people know that if you message me on Instagram, whatever, I'd always do my best to talk back to you and talk things through and whatever. I do try to communicate with you guys, and I know that a lot of you appreciate that. I've had a lot of messages saying it's cool that I actually bother to respond and stuff. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy talking to you guys and seeing who my fans are and that kind of thing. Whew, okay, that is it, guys. Let's hop back into my Kysen character. Well guys, I told you that was a long video, so look, if you're still watching, then thank you so much for watching this the whole way through. You are saints and martyrs for getting this far through, I can tell you. Leave me a comment if you got to this stage of the video. I'd be very interested to see if anyone makes it through this length of the video. And yeah, let me know if you had a favourite question or something that surprised you. The interaction with you guys is always great, so if you want to keep me posted on that and what you enjoyed or whatever, please do let me know. But yeah, that'll be about it for this one, guys. There's plenty more to come as part of the 1K playlist, so of course, so do stay tuned. But that's it for today's Q&A. So hope you enjoyed that, guys, and as always, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.